Imagine waking up in medieval London and discovering that half the people you know might soon be dead. What would the streets look like? What would people believe was causing it? And how did one invisible disease turn one of Europe's busiest cities into a place of fear and silence? Survive it. But first, we need to understand the city itself. In 1348, London was nothing like the modern capital we know today. The population was roughly 80,000 people, making it one of the largest cities in England. But it was also crowded, dirty, and dangerously unsanitary. The streets were narrow and muddy. Waste from homes and workshops was often thrown directly into the road. Animals wandered freely between market stalls. And along the banks of the River Thames, ships arrived every day carrying goods from across Europe, spices from the East, cloth from Flanders, wine from France. But in the summer of 1348, those ships carried something else, something invisible, something deadly, the Black Death. At first, rumors began spreading across the city. People had heard stories from the continent, entire towns in Italy wiped out, cities in France nearly empty, but Londoners hoped the disease would never reach them. They were wrong. The plague likely arrived in England through the port town of Weymouth in 1348. From there, it spread rapidly along trade routes, and by autumn, it reached London. No one understood what caused it. Doctors believed the illness came from bad air, known as miasma. Others believed it was God's punishment for human sin. Some blamed foreigners, others blamed the alignment of planets. But the real cause, fleas carried by rats infected with the bacterium Yersinia pestis, would not be discovered for centuries. The symptoms were horrifying. It often began with sudden fever and chills. Then came weakness, and within days, painful swollen lumps called buboes appeared on the body, under the arms, in the groin, around the neck. These swellings could grow as large as apples. Many victims began coughing blood. Some developed blackened skin due to internal bleeding, which is why the disease became known as the Black Death. And once symptoms appeared, most people died within 3 to 5 days. London descended into panic. Church bells rang constantly for the dead. Gravediggers worked night and day. But soon there were simply too many bodies. Mass graves had to be dug outside the city walls. One burial site in East London, known today as East Smithfield, was created specifically for plague victims. Archaeologists later discovered that thousands of bodies were buried there in layers. Entire families vanished. Shops